Good evening and happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another special broadcast with special guest Lorenzo Darden, who you may see in TB1's Atlanta Homicide. And without further ado, let's welcome Lorenzo Darden. Good evening.
Sorry about that. My mic was muted. How y'all doing? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Long time.
I know. It's been a while. I'm glad to see you.
Glad to see you too. So,
Yeah.
introduce yourself to everyone that may not know who you are.
Okay. Well, I'm Lorenzo Darden, actor, model, mental health advocate. Born and raised in Dublin, Georgia. I now reside in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I'm just a old country boy just trying to fulfill his dreams as an actor. So that's me.
Tennessee. You're down in Tennessee now?
Yeah, I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, I was actually in Colorado at one point, but
Mm-hmm.
then I moved. I went to Georgia. I went back to Georgia to kind of be around my family. But I wanted to keep my acting career going, so decided to look into something a little bit more closer. So Chattanooga offered me some opportunities, so I just took it and ran with it.
Absolutely. So, let's talk a little bit about TB1 and Atlanta Homicide. How you got involved with that?
So actually, the agency that I'm with, they sent me emails about wanting me to look into possibly getting involved with crime shows, and ATL Homicide was one of them. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely interested. I've watched the show for years, and I'm like, it's a really good show. So when they sent me the email about it, I was like, yeah, I gotta jump on this and see how it goes. And I had a lot of fun doing it. It was crazy, the character that I had to portray, but because I don't know if anybody's seen it, but he does get murdered, so that was kind of different for me. But other than that, I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was just an exciting time for me.
Now, I noticed you had a project that hit true to home to me. It's called Domestic. You want to talk about that a little bit and how, I mean,
Yeah, yeah. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, it's just I have friends that are in the industry, and one is a devout Christian, and I've seen some of his
Mhm.
demo reels and roles where he has to morph into really dark places. And I'm wondering, how do you do that when you're like his characters are nothing like the person? So, Domestic, when I saw you, I was like, who's
Yeah, it
that?
was. It was. Yeah, it was definitely a challenging role because you do have to like really tap into a place uh, you know that is really it's not you, but in order to like really bring out the character, in order to like really portray the character, um, the way that the script, has it, you do have to, like really go there and really, channel, something, in order to like really, fulfill that role. It was tough. I didn't like it, but to make the movie what it is, I had to go there. So like I said, it was challenging. It was very challenging though, because again, it's one thing to portray a role, uh, because it's acting. So of course again, you have to, you know, go to certain places in order to like really bring it out. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to certain roles, it's you know when it's not you, you know that that's not the type of person that you are. That's the difficult part. Being funny, being drama filled or whatever. That's different. But when you're talking about you know that type of role, it was very hard. But but the movie it did well. It was a short independent film that I was blessed to be a part of. And it really did get some huge raves. Of course, there was some some people who really didn't like the character. And I'm like, I get it. I totally get it. But yeah, it was very challenging. Portraying that role. But I had to do what I had to do.
So, where can people see this movie we're speaking about called Domestic, and let everyone know exactly what this movie Domestic was about?
Okay, so you can actually check it out on Amazon Prime. And domestic is about the abusive husband, jealous husband, the controlling husband, who's married to a beautiful woman, and sometimes his temper gets the best of him, and of course he projects it onto her,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with being physical,
Yes.
being verbal abusive as well. Um, and he wants to get help. He wants to, you know, be a better person, and work on his marriage. But it's just some things about him, some things within him that's just hard to let go and hard to release. Because it's like something always triggers him. Something triggers that anger, and he takes it out on his wife. And it's again, it's character that I really wasn't too happy about, portraying. But again, I had to do what I had to do. But I mean, overall, I think everyone will, they'll like the movie. They just won't like the character. Uh, but again, you can check it out on Amazon Prime, and it's called Domestic.
Okay. So, what are some of the other projects that people have seen or didn't know that they've seen you in?
So other than the ATL Homicide, I was also in Fatal Attraction, which is also on TV One. I actually portrayed the role of a detective.
Did you enjoy
Much
that?
better role. I did. I did much better role than the domestic, abusive husband. So, but yeah, I really had a lot of fun doing that. And of course, uh, from what I've been told, that episode is still airing on TV One. I believe it's I want to say it's season 13, episode 12.
Okay.
Um, so if you want to check that out, you can. If you don't see it on TV One, you can always go to YouTube. It's on YouTube. Um, and yeah, that's one of the projects that I recently did. There's a couple of other ones. I have one. I'm sure everyone has also heard of Sins of the City. That's another
Yes.
crime show that's also on TV One. So be on the lookout for that episode. I also portray a detective on that one. And then there's one that's coming out soon. It's on the Weather Channel, Storms of Suspicion. That's another crime show as well. So be on the lookout for that, and of course I'll share the links and let everyone know when they'll be airing that on TV.
Okay. Another question. Not really
Mhm.
a rabbit hole, but has there been any roles that you were so much against that you said no to, that may have had a good purse or a big bag, and your conscience or your beliefs wouldn't allow you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I hope I don't offend anybody when I say this, but there was a couple of roles. Uh, it was a homosexual role. Um,
Well,
Nothing against homosexuals, uh, but it's something that I'm just not comfortable with. You know, because of because of my beliefs and because of who I am. And again, nothing against homosexuals. I'm very confident, with my sexuality, but that was something that I just wasn't ready to do. So
Now, do you get that a lot being a model?
yeah, yes, I
I
absolutely,
knew the
absolutely,
answer, but I had to ask.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and
And
again, nothing against nothing against anyone who's like that. So I don't want anyone to think that this is like a bashing type answer.
mhm,
But again, it's just something that I'm not comfortable doing.
okay. You mentioned that you are a mental health advocate. And
Mhm.
I've had a few broadcasts with Dee Jarrell, who is a licensed therapist, where we've talked about PTSD and other mental health issues. So
Right.
let's branch off into that and how you became an advocate and how it affects the entertainment industry.
So for me, personally, I wanted to become an advocate for mental health, especially for Black men, because of course, there's been this stigma that's been placed upon us, that says that we're not allowed to show emotions. The only emotion that we're allowed to show is how tough we are or how angry we can be. But um, there's a lot of us, that's been battling for years with unhealed hurts, unhealed traumas, things that we may have gone through, you know, since childhood that we haven't quite dealt with. But because of this societal law, because of this stigma, a lot of us you know we harbor all that stuff. We keep it in. But what's happening is it's actually causing us to you know morph into this walking, ticking time bomb. Because it's like soon as something triggers us, soon as something happens, that may trigger a certain emotion or whatever, we just explode. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it sometimes happens to our loved ones. People around us who actually care about us, and you know, and that's something that I wanted to work on for me personally because I've had my personal experience with it. I've you know I wasn't always the best father because of it. I wasn't always the best husband because of it. Um, and it's like at some point I had to come to the realization that I have to work on what's going on with me. Like it can't always be, you know, other people or something else. Like at some point you got to come to the realization that there's something going on within you that you need to work on, that you need to fix. And again, I've had my experiences where things wasn't always so great. I'm also a two-time suicide attempt survivor, big time alcohol abuser, um, and it just got to a point for me where it was just time to like really make some changes. But it had to start with me first. You know what I mean? And you know, I had to let go of the ego and the pride and finally break down and go and talk to somebody, go seek some help. You know, and once I did that, I started to see some things change. And because of that, it motivated me to want to keep going. It motivated me to want to keep making changes. Big time changes. Um, and that's the thing, and I feel like that's one of the things within the industry that a lot of people are, a lot of people are unaware of. There's a lot of people in the industry that's battling, that's struggling, but because of who they are and because of their,
Mhm.
position, they they can't really, you know, like show it because in the eyes of their fans and the outside world, they got it going on. They got all this money and all this fame, and to them, they think that they're just living it up. When in actuality, they battle each and every day. You know what I mean? Perfect example, Robin Williams. Robin
Yes.
Williams, he was one of the biggest comics and actors out there. nobody knew that he was struggling. Nobody knew that he was battling. Because we just saw this beloved character that was always smiling and that was always, on TV just doing his thing. We had no idea though that he was battling, that he was struggling. You know, it's like that with several others. So it's like it is it's real. I feel like it's real big.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the industry. Um, and I feel like but I do feel like it's somewhat getting better because a lot more are speaking out about it. You know, everyone from actors to even athletes is
Yes,
speaking out about it. And I think that's really helping. The world as a whole, because when you have people, big time celebrities and superstars that are utilizing their platforms to bring awareness to that sort of thing. I think it helps um, a lot of people in the world to want to come forth and be open and vulnerable about what's going on with them. So and that's why and that's what I want to do. I want to bring awareness to it as well, and I also want to make it known to everybody, especially black men, that hey, it's okay to admit that you're battling with something. You know, but the most important thing is getting the help that you need in order to get better. So, but I feel like when they see you know people like me coming forward doing it, I hope it helps others as well.
absolutely. I think when anyone comes forth with their own personal story and then testimony,
Hmm.
trial to triumph, it's always a good thing. But my question is, how can I put this diplomatically? With your success and then outward appearance, what made you, if I heard you correctly, attempt twice?
Hmm. Yep. And the thing is, um, when you're just going through so much and you're taking it on by yourself, it could really be overwhelming. And at that time, I was going through it all, everything from um, going through a divorce, my dad being sick,
Mm,
um, losing my job, homeless, um, you know, people who I thought were my friends actually turned out not to be. Um, it was just like all of that was coming at me all at once, you know. And again, it was just me, and like I remember getting help with a hotel room, and I'm in that hotel room by myself, and it's just me and my thoughts, right? And all I can think about is everything that's going on right now. And no matter how much I prayed, no matter how much I cried, no matter how much I tried to um, find something positive, it just nothing was working. Nothing was working. So I remember this one particular night, I'm just drinking, right? Drinking. I'm not talking about shots. I'm talking about gallons of alcohol, just knocking it back.
wow.
And yeah, and I was already in my thoughts, right? So of course, when that alcohol get into you, it just further enhanced what's already there. So and it was anger, it was sadness, it was you know just I was just losing, and and it was like, yo, I can't do it. I tried to stab myself. I took I took a bottle of pills, um, and it's like I remember calling my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And had it not been for my mom making a phone call to the hotel that I was staying in, I probably, wouldn't be here today.
Wow.
Um, but it was just, it was, but it was just too much. It was just too much. I mean, and then and then to go through that, you know, and in addition to what you was already battling with,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because again, when you going through so much, you know, from your childhood on up to your adulthood, and you really haven't dealt with none of that stuff, you know, and you combine all that, it can really become a lot, you know, and that's what it was. I mean, and I guess you could say I attempted 3 times to kill myself because again, I abused alcohol. And, like I said,
Really? When was
about
this? It wasn't
this
this
was
when
this was
you and I were communicating or no? Because if
in
it
my
was, you hid that very well.
it was I would say last probably November of 2020
Okay.
is when it all began, and then 2021.
Wow.
Yeah, most of 2021. Um, I I started making changes. Like I had stopped drinking alcohol. Um, well, I tried to stop drinking alcohol. I actually tried to go a month without drinking alcohol. Um, and I was doing good for the most part. But then went right back to it. And I would say probably the beginning of this year is when I really wanted to start making some changes. Like I slowed down drinking tremendously. I started working out. Um, you know, I was just trying to find ways, just trying to find different ways of getting better. So it was going on for a while. So but thank God I'm still here.
Yes, like I said, you have not aged.
Well, I appreciate it. But yeah, it was definitely 2021 was definitely rough. Definitely a rough year.
So did your agents know or did you hide it from your agents? Or did
Uh,
that affect you from your acting and modeling?
so, well, actually, that's the other thing too. That's the other loss that I took was the agency that I was with. This is when I was in Colorado. They actually shut down, so I was without an agency for a few months. So that took a toll on me too. But the agency that I signed with, and I say I signed with them, uh, I, I want to say December of last year.
Okay.
December. Um, they didn't know anything. I didn't let them know anything. Even though I've shared my testimony on my social media platforms. I don't know if they've seen it. Maybe they did or whatever. But it didn't affect me getting, you know, acting roles or none of that. I was still getting roles. I was still getting books and things. So thank God for that.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that I kept it hidden. Because again, I would share my testimony on just about all of my social media platforms. Um, but as far as like just coming out, reaching out to someone and just telling them what's going on, I didn't really do that. Um, but again, I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to hide. I didn't want to hide my truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because as a mental health advocate, if part of the mission is to, you know, bring awareness to it, and you can't do it,
Hmm.
be quiet about it. So that's why I wouldn't mind sharing my story because I really, I do it in hopes to inspire somebody and just, motivate them to want to, get better and possibly heal from what they have going on. So, but yeah, that's definitely something that I always want to make sure that I do is share my story and my testimony in hopes to help someone.
That's awesome. Have you thought about mentoring young people or have people actually come to you after hearing
Yeah,
this? Because
yeah, yeah,
I can't even imagine going through that.
yeah, absolutely. And that's I mean, and that's one of the best things about doing it is you inspire others to to the point where they reach out to you. And I've had a lot of people, especially the guys. You
Mm-hmm.
know, um, I've had a lot of them reach out to me, and they were like, "Hey, man, I appreciate you sharing your story. I'm going through this. I'm going through that." Hey, I mean, it's been like so many people that's just reached out, you know, who was inspired by my story, and and they share their stories with me.
Wow.
You and it's like that's really what it's about for me. If I can inspire one or two,
Yes.
you that means that means I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing what God is wanting me to do. He's wanting me to
Mhm.
inspire others and possibly help them to get through what they have going on. Um, so yeah, yeah, I've definitely thought about it. I would love to do it. Um, I guess in a way it is kind of happening. Being that people are reaching out. But yeah, I would definitely love to you know be a mentor and especially the younger
Yes.
generation because it's a lot of us that that's still going through some things because of what we haven't dealt with when we were younger. You know what I mean? So I would definitely love to, reach out to the younger generation about that.
Amelia just left you a message, Lorenzo. She said, "So glad you're sharing your stories. So many people need to hear this."
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Amelia.
Amelia. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, do you think there's still a stigma in the industry when people come out, or it's not as, or is it subtle now?
It's not as bad. It's not as bad because again, there are a lot of people that's speaking out on it a lot more. You know, which is a good thing. I do, however, think that a lot more should should still come forth.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, I mean, I will say that we're making progress. I will say that things are starting to improve with that. I think as long as I think as long as you have people that's coming out speaking out on mental health and sharing their stories, that it'll inspire others to want to do the same. So, um, but yeah, I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. I do feel like it's still there a little, but it's definitely improving a lot more.
Andrea left you a message, Lorenzo.
Hey, how you doing, Andrea? Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
So, you have any books you think may be in the horizon for Lorenzo Darden
I don't
and
know.
his truth? You don't know yet?
I don't know. I get asked that question a lot. I mean,
I
we'll
mean,
see.
this would really help many people.
Yeah. I mean, I have I have journals, and when I did, I haven't done it in a while, but when I did, um, it helped. It made me break down when I was doing it, but it definitely helped out a bit. I think that's what made me want to speak out more. Because when I was able to just write it down, because it is in a way it's a form of releasing.
Therapy, yes.
So it's so I'm like, you know what, I think I could do this. I think I can. You know, I think this will help me. So I mean, again, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So, what's in the future on the big screen or little
Um, as,
screen or stage for Lorenzo?
well, as of right now, we still got again the two crime shows that I said
Mhm.
that'll be. out soon. That's coming out, and again, I'll keep everybody posted. But as far as like the big screen, I'm still waiting on my moment. I'm still, waiting for something to happen. But until then, I'm just gonna, just be grateful for the opportunities that I have right now, and I just posted a commercial that I just recently did. I just posted that,
Oh,
and I
okay.
did, yeah, and I did another commercial a while back. That's coming out soon too. So I mean, I'm working, and
Hmm.
you know until that big moment comes. But as I said, I'm just gonna remain, just stay grateful for what's happening right now.
Now, what's made you have longevity where many haven't through the pandemic and everything that goes on? What's
You
kept you
know what?
going?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, because of how passionate I am about acting,
Hmm.
uh, I just I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to stop. And I didn't want to depend on anybody or my
Hmm.
agency at the time, to help me to get some things. So honestly, when TikTok started booming, because a lot of people were was on the TikTok app during the pandemic because there really wasn't a whole lot that you could do. TikTok is what kept me going because I mean, because TikTok it's all about fun and entertainment, but I also utilize it to like perfect my craft, and work on my acting skills and just even with wanted to create my own acting demo reel. You know what I mean? It made me want to work on some a few monologues and a few scene scripts from certain scenes.
Hmm.
Just something to keep just something to keep it going, just something to keep those juices going. Because during the pandemic, yeah, it was tough. Um, but I was like, this is I mean, acting is something that I really want to do, and I don't,
Hmm.
I don't want to, and I'm like, I really don't want to make excuses as to why I can't do it.
Right.
I'd much rather find ways to continue to get better and to continue, um, to strive for what I want to do. So it was just always in me to just keep going, and that's what I did. But
What,
TikTok definitely helped me to do
what do you enjoy the most, comedy or drama? Because you're actually very funny. I
it.
think so.
You know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna say comedy
Hmm.
because comedy, is a little bit more free flowing. You can pretty much just be yourself. Um, to whereas with the drama, you gotta. And this is what I was saying earlier when you asked me about the character. But with the
Yes.
drama, you gotta really tap into a different place, you
Mm.
know, that you normally wouldn't go. Um, but with comedy, you could just be yourself and just let it go. Like there's no holding back. You can be yourself. You can have fun with it and just go. As opposed to drama, where there's a little bit more restrictions. You know what I mean? So I would say comedy.
Who would you say for a male, if you had the opportunity, you would love to work with?
Denzel Washington.
Why did I ask that? Not
Denzel.
Samuel Jackson? Denzel? Really?
I would love to work. It's a lot of them I would love to work with, but Denzel, that's one of my all time favorites. So
Okay.
I'd really love to work with him.
Okay. And women?
Women,
Hmm.
Viola Davis.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. She's
well,
amazing.
she's amazing, and I just feel like she will bring the best out of you. She's I mean, it was I mean just watching her, and it's like every role that she portrays, she's just like awesome. Like she's just the best.
Hmm.
I
She
mean,
made
because
it
she
hers.
she and she could give you whatever you're looking for. she could give it to you. So I feel like she'll definitely challenge you to to want to be the best as well. So I love it. I love it.
Wow. That
Yeah.
is amazing.
Oh yeah.
So let everybody know again who's coming, um, where they can see you.
So you can go to pretty much any social media platform. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok. Just look up my name, Lorenzo James Darden Jr. I also have my website up as well. You can go and check me out there. Um, so yeah, I mean, feel free to, look up my name and follow me. And I love to connect with everybody.
And where they can see you on
So
the
you can
mess.
so domestic again. You can go to Amazon Prime. Just type in domestic. The crime shows, Fatal Attraction, ATL Homicide, Sins of the City. It's on TV1. So you can check me out there. Also, Storms of Suspicion. I'll be on that, which will be on the Weather Channel if you have that station. So yeah, check me out. Check me out on those national platforms there.
Okay, I have a quick question for you. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Suspicion. Carl Belton. I had a feeling that will come up. Where is he? He wants to know who's your favorite football team?
Favorite football team? You know what? Honestly, I don't have one. I'm just a fan of the sport. I'm just a fan of the sport. Well, at one time it was the Falcons, but they keep letting me down. So I'm like, I mean,
You said the Falcons?
yeah, yeah.
See, I can't put the drop on you. I'm not going to do that to you. I thought
Well,
you were going to say the Cowboys, right?
oh no, 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 no. And I know you are big time Cowboys. No, no. I'm sorry. You're still my friend, but but no, I can't do it. I
Why?
just can't. I can't. I
Reason-
don't. There's nothing. There is nothing. And trust me, I tried, but there's nothing within me that's going to allow me to be a Cowboy fan. I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. I look. I can't. I can't do it.
Carl Belton, you just set me up. So you said Atlanta if they didn't let you down.
Man, and I and I and I still want them to. I still want them to do good, but they just keep letting me down, man. I'm like, like they hurt me in that Super Bowl when they lost to the Patriots. That really broke me.
Well, if you're rooting for them now, they're going to hurt you a little bit more.
Yeah, probably. But I'm still not gonna be a Cowboys fan.
Hey there, Hurricane Kilo. You have anything you want to add since Carl Belton just literally threw me under the bus? He said, I see why you don't have a favorite football team, the Falcons. Yeah, he just dogged you out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the sport. I mean, I just love the game of football. So,
Now,
but
have you ever had any football roles?
no, no. I would
Wow.
love. Yeah, I would love one. Yeah,
And who
yeah.
would you play?
What's that?
Dak Elliott. Who would you play? Dak Elliott?
No.
I'm
Um,
trying. I'm trying, Carl.
I mean, oh man, you know what? I don't know. I don't. I mean, I can't do Jim Brown. You know what Jim Brown is, right?
Hmm.
I can't do him because he's a lot. He's larger than I am.
You know who
Uh,
you could do just by looking at you, in my opinion? Emmett Smith.
I was actually going to say him. I was going to say him.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You were
Now,
to
okay,
a Smith.
I get it. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I do love Emmett. I love Emmett Smith. I love Michael Irvin. You know, I got to give it to him. I mean, even when Deion Sanders played with him, Keyshawn Johnson played with him.
You know a
Uh,
whole lot of them, don't you?
yeah, I
Okay.
mean, yeah, like I said, I'm a fan of the sport. So,
You see what Tracy Lilly just said? You would make a great Emmett Smith.
oh, thanks, Tracy.
Absolutely. You've heard that before, haven't you?
Actually, no, that's the first time I've heard that.
Really? Oh
That's
well.
the first time I've heard that. Yeah, yeah.
All right. What about this one? Donovan
About
McNabb.
no, like it's got. I mean, if I'm gonna do it, it's gotta be real. And I think Donovan McNabb is like what, like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". I'm only 5'9", so I can't. I mean, I can put on the weight, I just can't grow. So I mean, so if I'm going to do it, it's got to be someone realistic. Emmett Smith, he's kind of short. You know, so I mean, like I would love to portray a football player who they really didn't want to give much of a chance to.
Mm.
You know, and they really didn't want to give much of a chance to Emmitt Smith because of the size. But he was
He
doing
was
big
a
things.
beast.
He was a beast. So so that I would say that's why I would definitely portray that role.
What about
Because
Ray Lewis? Tracy Lilly says Ray Lewis.
um the only reason why I would do Ray Lewis um is because I think he has the most. I think he has the most iconic intro whenever he steps on the field.
Mm.
Like whenever because you could feel the intensity, you can feel the energy. You just knew he was getting ready to do some damage whenever he steps on that field. So that's probably why I would do it. Um, and I like Ray Lewis. I'm a fan of Ray Lewis. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Well, I think the consensus is Emmett Smith, but then you said Ray Lewis. But that may be something that may be manifested
hey,
as
look,
well.
I'll
But
take it.
no, Emmett Smith, I can see that. I mean, the look, and actually, to me, um, Andre Rison.
Yeah, yeah,
So you'll do
yeah.
that.
I would. Yeah, I would. I would. Yep.
Okay. Well, if you have anything, Ravens. You like the Ravens?
They're okay. They're okay. I
Hi
mean,
there.
yeah.
You know
they
I'm from
got
the DMV,
they got
so
nice jerseys. They
I'm
got
sorry.
nice jerseys.
Well, um, if you don't have anything else, and if no one else has anything for you, it has been a pleasure. And make sure you put all of your links in, and I'll do the same to check you out on all of these. But domestic, I'm gonna have to cover one eye up because I'm like, wow. No, I mean, I really salute to you all in the industry. Like I said, to have to really morph into someone else and
Yeah.
bring that character out. It was almost like, oh my God, what was his name? He has been a legend as well. He was in Tyler Perry's Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Oh my God.
Oh,
You know
Blair
what?
Underwood.
He was a model.
Yeah.
actor. Oh God, what is his name?
You talk about Blair Underwood?
Blair Underwood.
Yeah.
He went through. I mean, he went to the dark, dark, dark side to bring out those characters. I mean, he was just like you in Domestic, but then he played other roles. Would you do a
Yeah.
Tyler Perry movie?
I would. Yeah. Absolutely. I would.
Thank you, Tracy. So yes, this has been amazing, and everybody look out for Lorenzo Darden. And thank you for sharing your testimony on mental health. And hopefully, we'll see more of that coming out because, again, we've had this on the platform, but you've just shown and proven that it can affect anyone. And like I
Absolutely.
said, to know you, look at you, know what you've done. I mean, there are people that would love to be in your shoes, but they don't know really what you've been through in your shoes.
Right. Right. And that's something that I always say too. You know, before you look at someone else's, you know, life and try to compare it to yours or whatever, um, you'd be amazed if you just knew their story and if you
Hmm.
knew what it took for them to get to where they are now. A lot of people don't understand that for some people it's a struggle just to wake up. You know what I'm saying? It's a struggle just to you know smile and a struggle to just get going. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So yeah, definitely make sure you know a person's story and actually seek to understand them, and you know you'll stop all the comparing and the wishing that I was like them or whatever. No, don't. Just be you. Just work on you. Just do what's needed for you to be the best version of yourself. And as long as you do that, you'll be fine.
That was really sweet. Joyce said, "May God continue to guide you."
Thank you so much, Joyce. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Well,
Same
that
for you, Joyce.
oh, that was sweet. So you're a sweetheart. I still cannot believe that. What was the character's name in Domestic?
What was his name? Curtis. Curtis was his
Curtis.
name. Yes, Curtis was his name. Yeah, yeah.
Curtis
I,
was a bad dude, but he
I,
did try to get help,
he
and that
did. Yeah,
therapist was no
he did
joke,
try to
though.
get he did try to get help. He did agree to go to counseling. So, I mean, it was a little something there that was trying to do right and try to do better. I don't want to give the movie away, but
No,
y'all.
no,
But trust me, he tried.
he
He
really did,
he
and that
tried.
therapist was no joke.
Yeah, yeah. She was a monster. So,
I
but
wasn't
yeah,
going to use that word.
yeah, yeah.
Amelia said, "My daughter went through a deep depression during the pandemic, and it took a toll on my mental health. Thank God she's okay now."
Hey, well, I'm definitely thankful that she's good. I'm thankful that you're good, and my prayers are with y'all because during that pandemic, I think it really took a toll on a lot of us. You know what I mean? It had us doing something that we all wasn't used to. So I definitely understand that. But I thank God, y'all are doing okay, and just continue to just love on one another, and you know, just keep trusting and believing. You know.
Absolutely. And last but not least,
Go Falcons! Salute to you, Carl. I see you, man.
well, it has been a joy. We have got to keep in touch.
Yes.
Congratulations, you. Like I said, you've never stopped, and I'm surprised with your testimony because, like I said, this dude hasn't aged a bit.
I
Still
appreciate
hanging
it.
in and smiling, and that's the good thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And hey, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you for just even considering me to even be a part of this. I enjoy myself, and hey, I'm proud of you for doing what you do. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, continue to do it. Continue to do it, and let me know if I could be of any help.
Absolutely. Well, I want to continue speaking about mental health, PTSD. Um, November and December, for me personally, I don't like to use the word hate, but I
Mhm.
just like those months because it reminds me of my mom. And even though she's been gone 22 years,
Mhm.
I am in a funk and I have to hide it because of work
Yeah,
and everything else. But it, depression builds for a lot of people during the
right.
holidays, where for some, it doesn't feel like the holidays, but you don't want to bring that around anyone else and bring them down. So it's like, again, you've got to wear a mask. It's just hard. So yeah, the next time we have that, I would love for you to come back on.
I
If
will absolutely.
not out there being either taken out or being a detective. Welcome, Biggs 1972.
Yeah, that's Big X. That's my big bro right there coming through to support.
Oh,
Yeah, I appreciate you, Big X. Love you, man.
yes, this has been a treat, I believe, for everyone, especially for me. But um, keep forging ahead, knowing your truth and speaking your truth, and you see where it's catapulted you. You're still going
Yeah,
up. Where a lot
absolutely.
of people, you don't, oh, that was so sweet.
Love you, man.
Oh, that
Also,
is,
Tracy Lilly, she popped in earlier. That's another friend of mine. She came through to show love.
oh,
I
okay,
definitely appreciate her as well.
okay. Well, I'm not gonna hold up the rest of your evening, but thank you. And everyone, please go see Domestic, Atlanta Homicide, Fatal Attraction, but definitely Domestic, Amazon Prime. And I'll put everything down.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
What did he say? Choice is Lucy.
Oh yeah. Man, I'm so used to Lucy. What up, Joyce? Joyce, that's my big bro, Big X. That's his wife. That's my sister. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. Love y'all. Hey Tracy, thank you once again.
Hi, Tracy. See, you have love from everywhere. Well, sir, this again was wonderful. Good seeing you. Stay healthy, safe, blessed, and but most of all, healthier.
Absolutely, absolutely. Same to you as well. Thanks again. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome. Have a good one.
you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the chat, Tracy Lilly, Big X, Joyce. I don't want to forget anyone. Carl Belton, who threw me under the bus, but it's okay. Amelia, Joyce, Felice K, who laughed at me, Tracy, Lily, who else? Tanya, Hurricane Kilo, Joseph, Andrea. I don't think I missed anyone. Cool Gamer. So make sure go check out my buddy Lorenzo James Darden Jr. and continue to support. Yes, good night. You all take care. And again, be safe, be well, and be healthier physically, mentally, and emotionally. Bye for now.